All right, all right. Well, thank you for everyone for learning about commercial. And a little trick. This is going to cost them. This is going to cost them either an FLQ or FLQA because we prepared it to help it make it easy to attract. So don't tell them the secret because everyone here will have an opportunity to attract and how you do it because we did make a presentation to help everyone be better attractors to all our events. So that's the secret. Hey, Casey, Dave. So no, that's the fun thing. So this is going to cost them, and I was going to share the whole deck and the QR codes, but I may hold off so everyone here can get the advantage first. Is that fair enough? Some people wanted a beer. Some people wanted to jump in the pool. I know some people had to make some calls, but this is how we're going to help. And I love the passion and seriousness of this. And Raul was perfect because in commercial real estate, that's how we act all the time. We are 100% passion and in that business for commercial real estate. And a lot of things that we did learn is, always leveraging the team. And I could not do this without the team, right? So I leveraged all our teammates who do something very different, from operations and growth to marketing to live events to virtual events to different sponsors, different businesses that we bring in. And I'll tell you a little bit. Raul really touched me. As many people know, I've been in commercial real estate my whole life. I always say my parents wanted me to be a doctor, didn't become a doctor, didn't go into real estate right away. I went into banking. They're like, you're going to be a teller? I'm like, no, I didn't go to UCLA to be a teller. So, what I did was I went into banking. They didn't quite understand it, but then I fell into private equity, where the largest TIC syndicator in the country, I worked under the CEO, learning this, and I just said, you know what? I don't want to be a W-2. I want to be a 1099. I want to be an entrepreneur, where a lot of commercials are. So I went to Marcus and Millichap to learn the business. So I made the cold calls. I did it the hard way. I think we didn't even have a fax machine back in the day, and we finally got one. And I was like, this is great. This is going to help our performance, right? So I learned, and I loved making the cold calls, building the relationship, doing the deals, and then started buying commercial real estate properties. I bought so much that I had to leave because I wasn't a broker, and this is why a lot of commercial real estate and why eXp is so beneficial: passive income. But before, to make passive income, we always said in commercial real estate, we want to be a principal. How many times did people in commercial real estate say, we got to be a principal, got to buy real estate, got to buy it? So a lot of times what we learned was, through this, is we had to buy commercial real estate. We had to build with commercial real estate and then buy buildings. And then when I was growing and left, I went to form my first company. Those in Southern California probably knew a BRC Advisor, so I formed it. It was a $2 billion company that I built transactions every year, a boutique. Everyone wanted to buy our firm back in the day, but I said, no, didn't make sense. And then I went into the big recession. So that was the thing where Raul was talking about how painful it was. I thought I was retired at 36. I thought I had it all. And then I started drinking. I took my foot off the pedal. I stopped working every day. Like what made me successful when I was at M&M, I cold called. I built relationships. I worked on weekends to build everything. And then in 2009, it all went away. And boy, that was tough, right? For those that went in the 2009 recession, that was a hard one. The more you had, the more you lost. But I'll tell you the other thing I learned from this. Don't let your ego stand in the way. I still had a couple $1 million, but instead I wanted to save my company. Ego. I said, I'm going to save my company because I don't know what people would say if I let my company fail. But in a way, looking back, I should have bought real estate, right? I should have bought these single-family homes. And I did set up private money, fix and flip companies. 2 of them are still around. I gave up my shares to keep my ego, the company, alive. So I learned, but I got through it. I got through the 2009, and I would say things got normal in 2012. After 2012, I was very fortunate for a legend in the industry to partner with me to set up about 70 franchise firms around the country. And this is when I thought, okay, the franchise model doesn't work, residential or commercial. Then I said, what else do we need to do? That's why, in a way, I wanted to merge the old company within eXp because of the model. The model has changed. And for those that have been in the business long enough, you know why. So the typical model of commercial real estate is these: CB, JLL, Colliers, Cushman, NAI, right, eStill, those that have worked at those large companies and formed their own individual companies, right? That's where you see the independence. But this is what you guys all did for us. This is what we did in one less short year. We weren't even fully operational when Glenn said, start the commercial real estate. We had a website. And thank you, Paul. Thank you for the website. We had a website. But in the beginning, we had 9 agents in 2020. 9 agents. We weren't open in California until December 31st. I remember Stephanie called me up and said, oh my gosh, you know what? We're open in California. You could finally transfer your license over. I wasn't even in eXp commercial when we launched. And we didn't have all the teammates till April, end of April. And within that short period of time, I would say this is kind of a running count, but we were at 506. 506 agents at the end of 2021. This is the impact eXp has done. Our model, as everyone knows, we're disrupting the residential market. What do you think this model can do to the commercial market? This is so disruptive to commercial. I'll just tell you, many of my friends are looking to exit, readjust their business plan because of us. This is how big of an impact, and those that are in the commercial real estate world knows that how we keep the integrity of keeping true commercial, not the residential doing commercial, but these are agents doing true commercial, and the value is they're paying more, 80-20, capping at 20, to be part of our commercial business. That means they want to be there, because the value prop on residential is fantastic. It's very hard to beat. I don't think many residential firms can beat it. But this is what everyone has done one short year, so can you imagine what we plan to do for 2022? And I'll just kind of give a secret out. We're probably going to be number 7. We're going to be number 7. And this is in the US, as these are global numbers, and I hope some bigger things are going to happen with Michael, Dave, the rest of our team. There's going to be bigger things. So this is the value prop, very simply, right? The residential company, as many people know, and I know it could have been flipped, and the cap always varies depending on the commercial real estate firm. The independents are usually the ones that broke off, usually the big firms or independents that formed their own company. They did residential or commercial. The traditional commercial are the CBRE, JLL, and this is just the regular agents. You know, you come in, you're not the big producers because you get signing bonuses and other things. But the traditional commercial broker is usually 50-50 at the big shops. That's what it is if you're at the big companies. But look at the eXp value prop, 80-20, capping at 20,000. 250 for all the tech tools, right? Enrich Data, Reonomy, Build Out, AIR, Agent Hub, Tenant, and we are adding more every month. So that's why, little thing, you're going to be able to get our deck. I'm not actually going to pass it out to everyone else. I'm going to wait for a week so all of you here can use it and grow and build. So I'm not going to let the secret out yet. They're going to find out when you already did what I'm going to show everyone. And let me just say, before I go on, make sure everyone has a LinkedIn account, right, Jay? LinkedIn account, because that's where the commercial real estate agents are residing. They are not so much in Facebook. They watch it, they're on it, they look at it, TikTok, they watch it. They're all on LinkedIn. So everyone who does not have a LinkedIn account on your phones, sign up for it now. Sign up for it now, and I'll show you why. So this is kind of the history. We really didn't grow much in the beginning because we just had a website. We weren't registered in all the states. We didn't have a lot going on. We started doing symposium, right? Everyone's saying just invite, attract, invite them to events. Let us close them for you. But as we put more and more events, like our symposium, invite people to our live events, invite people to all the commercial trade organizations that we're at. But this is a little bit of what we're doing, and we love adding services because in commercial, we do want to be called full service commercial, which means we have to have a capital markets team, We got to have an asset facility management. We have to have valuation, corporate services, site selection, due diligence, eventually our own private money, and hopefully then we're going to have our own products that we're going to create, like what I learned a long time ago, handling the DSTs and ticks, right? So these are some of the products. If you're those that are in commercial real estate doing 1031 exchanges, this is what it is. We have been in the news a lot. You're going to see this year we're going to be in more of the news, and we're going to win more awards. We already have many other awards coming up that we've already won. They won't announce all of it yet, but it is scheduled this year because of our fast growth. There are so many awards that we have won. So a lot of times with the commercial real estate, this is the thing. This is a typical commercial broker. They close 7 deals. They don't do a lot because we know it takes longer to close commercial deals on the average. They do leasing. Some do business op. Business op is almost like land sales, where it takes 10 months, a year, 2 years to sell land, right? Not easy, unless it's in an infilled area. Most commercial agents do 100,000. We even said this: if you're a commercial agent that only make 100,000, don't do it. Too much work for 100,000. So commercial agents, we do produce a lot more than 100,000. Those are our juniors that produce 100,000. Just to let you know. Usually a commercial agent has 15 years of experience. We've been in the business a long time. We know a lot of people. We have a large network. 57 years old. In eXp, we know we cap about 70%. 70%. We do at least $2 million average closings, averaged. In obviously big cities, it's $5 to $10 million closings. Secondary market could be $2 million. Tertiary markets could be $1 million. Most commercial agents, if you can get them, they stay within a company for a good long time. They don't like to jump around because that means they're not good commercial brokers if they jump a lot. 7 years is usually the average of a commercial broker's tenure at a firm. So the good thing is if you can get good senior commercial brokers, they stay with you longer. They don't jump around because it looks bad for commercial brokers to jump all over the place. So they don't want to jump. And most of the commercial agents, we're not part-timers. We are full-time all the time. And that's what we do. So this is kind of the profile. Plus, from what I heard right here, a lot of badass women. Women make more than men in commercial real estate on the average. Yes. So I want to help eXp with the women learn this business, take over and dominate in the commercial real estate business, because one of the things, my why, I just learned to be very grateful, humble, happy. You know, after the 2009, finding my why was helping a lot of people. As Tom Trong knows, volunteering. Like him, ARIA National President, Tom brought me in. I was also an ARIA National President. I still stay in touch with all the different trade leaders, right? That everyone, the different multicultural groups, because we want to empower and help each other and demystify commercial real estate. So, the phrase I always use in commercial real estate now is changing the way commercial's done, changing the way it looks, and I love that we always have a give back component. Giving back, helping out our communities, because we are going to make so much money because of agent-centric with Glenn, his value prop, that now we keep more, we make more, we have more free time, we can give back, help out. So that's why I love it. So for all the women, we are doing a lot of women empowerment training, education to a lot of other underserved groups or anyone that wants to learn commercial real estate. And this is the other big thing. The younger generation loves the metaverse. 57-year-old, okay? That's the age of the commercial agent. Go after the younger because they love the flexibility. They love the metaverse. They just don't want to go in a big corporate office anymore, being bound to their chest or their desk and chairs to do the job. Because, come on, Jay, you remember, we get stuck. We couldn't leave. We had to sit there. We had to check in, even though we're not employees, before 8 o'clock. And we couldn't leave before our managing director left at 9. So we were dialing Pizza Hut and Taco Bell, and whatever numbers we could dial, just so they would get off our backs because of the stupid phone calls that they want. We're like, I'm so burnt out. I already did my calls. But if you don't have a meeting until you produce, we're just dialing all our friends, dialing numbers so they see our dial count, right? And you got to dial enough so they don't see the same number pop up all the time, right? But we know what we did. Come on. I mean, that's a great thing. By running enough commercial agents, being around, we understand, right? But why just sit there when you don't want to be there? So the presentation, most of the people seen the eXp commercial explained. It is on YouTube. You can watch it. And the biggest thing on eXp commercial explained, it's not the presentation. It's the why of the agents that came over. There is no real one definition of the commercial agent. Some of them are their second career. They came over to commercial real estate. They started in residential. They went to commercial. They went from some other industry to come over, right? Some people came from the big companies into commercial real estate. So these are the things on eXp Commercial Explained on Thursdays that we've done, I think 60 now or more. Watch them because there is an interview that's going to resonate with somebody that you are looking after to bring over. I mean, we had one, I think, up in your neck of the woods, Barry, with Paul Franks. Paul was on our interview. He actually said on the interview, he goes, I cannot believe I'm doing this. What are you doing? I said I would never come over to eXp. No way, no how, I would not come over. He came over. 35 years running his own brand. A legend, right, in the Sacramento area. But he says, I couldn't believe I'm doing a promo for you guys. So if you look at the different whys within our eXp commercial interviews, you're going to find some person that we've interviewed that's going to resonate with somebody that you're looking to bring over. So everyone already knows, right? We're a virtual model, we're a tech model platform, right? That was in year one a hard challenge, but COVID made it easier because no one went to the office. So that did help us in commercial real estate change the paradigm, change people's habits, both the agents and our clients. Right? Before, if we didn't go fly halfway around the world to see our international clients, they basically wouldn't give us the listing. Right now, they don't say that. They say, hey, let's just Zoom, let's do some virtual call before we have to do the deal. And this is a big one too, not a franchise. We're corporate. That is a big deal because if you look at all of the big commercial real estate firms, we are corporate. CB, JLL, Colliers, they're all corporate. They're structured like us. When you go on, I don't want to say the lower tier, but the next tier down, most of those are franchise commercial. They're not corporate. That is a big differentiator, and I'll go into why. International collaboration. I love this with Michael Valdez. We are already looking at how to expand. We've been called and talked to about how can we be a part of the eXp commercial platform. We love it. We've been watching your trainings, your symposiums, all your meetings. How do we get involved? So we hope, as well as talking to Michael, and until Michael says okay with David and everyone else, going into Canada, Mexico, probably India. So North America, we're very excited because we have large groups. So if you know anyone, just start telling them we may be there sooner than you think, right? But it is important because there are so many opportunities and big groups that realize after year one how successful eXp commercial has been in the US. And some of these, tech companies that we are working with, less than a year, we're their biggest client. We are their biggest client. So we are collecting and getting information. So if you look at the value prop, this is unheard of in the commercial world. It's mostly in residential platforms that they get this great split. But with the 250, we have very good technology and ideas. So with this, we also are building in a lot of data, right? Everyone knows you need data. Commercial real estate's even more important. So at eXp, we get data, more data. And we do offer this to Realty too for $60 that we have a ton of residential properties, commercial properties, but this is also big. Canada, Mexico have bad data. They don't really have it. As we enter those markets, because of our relationships with different technology companies, this data will help you do predictive analytics, mine it, look at your area, do research. It will help you find and see who's motivated to sell. These are the tools that you get currently for $250. So a lot of good tech tools to start. We have a lot of other services that if you do transaction leasing or business op, we help you, right, as we're, with our scale, bringing down the cost. But some of these tools, actually, we are going to help realty too, right, because we're family companies, right, family of companies all working together. So we are looking to help realty put more technology in their hand for those that are doing commercial that do not want to transfer over to commercial, to help, right, to help build referrals, help close more deals, to find the right commercial agents you can send a referral to, right? Because that increases everyone's productivity. And this is where we push out all your listings to. So when you use the eXp, you know, our build-out platform, plus a lot of our other strategic alliances, we are pushing through all of these. There's like 35, 40 different tech companies that we push it out through. These are some of the other discounts that we get with My Listing, eListing, with Crexi, Total Commercial. We can show you what kind of discounts we get, and there are more and more coming as we're signing the contracts and speeding things up. These are our strategic partners right now that we're rolling out. You may have seen some of the names in commercial. We're working with them, but all of these things, we're collecting data. The big one we just added was Casey Conway with Red Shoe Economics. I think for everyone there, right, what's going on? Your clients always want to know, is this a good time to buy? Is interest rates moving? Are we going to see an REO market? Casey Conway, which our next symposium will be sharing, kind of looking into that crystal ball with the economics. And I love Casey because why we hired him too and brought him on board to be our economic advisor. No BS. He's going to say it the way it is.
Thank you, Jared.
He's not
Roberts.
coding some type of narrative to tell people what they want to hear. He's going to say it. So we as agents can better serve our clients with the right knowledge and experience to tell them what you should or shouldn't do, or what our economist is telling us, right? Very important. We also are partnered with IBBA. Anyone interested in business opportunities, business op, IBBA is the International Business Brokers Association. We offer classes, and those that are interested, we have a curriculum like what we're doing in commercial real estate transactions, is to teach people how to be better business brokers and working with our seniors and mentors. This is the thing. Everyone asked, do we have CoStar? We had it. We don't have it anymore, right? Because CoStar didn't know how to work with us, because at the time we were talking to them, we were on a virtual platform. And you know, with CoStar, they're very proprietary, they're very closed. They only like to work the way they worked with offices. So they were always looking, how is your office? I can monitor your office. So with us virtually, they had no idea how to work with us. But they did change their model to allow a $455 per license, their global license, which is not bad. Before, you would have to pay for one subscription, you get a discount, it drops down to about $250, but you have to have almost like 13 people in your system. So the average cost, and those that are from those other residential companies, they did get $325, $355, $350, or even higher. So if you really look at it from what we do, the delta is only about $100. So that is not that much for all of the benefits and all of the tools that we have for commercial. This is portability. This is the big one for commercial real estate. The red ones are turf state. You need to then work with a commercial broker in that state. The yellow ones is we have to just have an office in that state, which we are, as we're state, right? We're corporate, not franchise. The green ones are okay to work with. So with the red ones, we just have to find a commercial broker or somebody to work with within that state. The green ones are okay, but now with this shows full coverage. This is a huge advantage for commercial agents when they come from big firms. They do deals cross state lines, triple net. They do corporate services. They do larger deals and handle corporate accounts. They need this. We are corporate, not franchise. So this one, very important. eXp World, everyone knows it. We love it. Everyone can get around the world with us within the eXp World. Accelerate program, this is also a good one. Everyone that owns their own firm, they don't have a consistent commercial training program. I know in residential we do the NCREA, kind of get you started with a 3-day free program. That's a great start. Then we have the Accelerate program, which we teach new agents for a month, but we're also going to put another program in that will teach people for 1 quarter with a mentor to teach people of how to do the business. I am going to build cohorts every month that somebody goes through it to keep everyone accountable, watching your productivity, helping everyone through other technologies of modules of learning commercial. And these modules we're going to watch to see who goes through it, to see who watches the video so we can report back to your mentor or your team who's doing what. So that is the accountability. But also, I want to give awards and accolades. We're always talking rewarding and giving people accolades. If you're new in the business, every month we want to track those that are superstars, right? Rookies of the year in big commercial firms. You love to be called Rookie of the Year. You know, when I was, my first company, our Rookie of the Year did, first year, can you imagine, 225 gross. Not too bad. 225. They were a cold calling animal. And if you go look by in the LA area, he's worth, I think, him and his partner now, I'm kind of jealous, $50 million. Yeah. Our Rookie of the Year with another one of my partners is killing it, right? So, you know, these are the things with our Rookies of the Year. We want to encourage them. We want to give them accolades. We want to give them support. We need more seniors. We need a lot more mentors to help our junior brokers give back. Those that have it in their heart that want to be coaches and mentors, we do need more. So if you know anyone, please let us talk to them because we can show the commercial brokers at other firms why you should be with eXp Commercial and all the benefits. But now, if you have a passion to serve and help, you can now be a mentor to help new agents in this business make it. And I'll tell you this with the advisor program, why it works so much better for eXp than the other firms. At the other firm, I made over 100-something thousand gross commission. I got 20,000 first year. It's because the house takes 50-50, your senior takes 50-50, you pay your training fee, lit fee, this fee, that fee. So after 100 plus grand, you make 20. That's why most commercial agents now at these big firms, and they don't train anymore like they used to, it's not profitable. They'd rather get other senior brokers from other companies trying to get them with signing bonuses. But that's why eXp, because of the amount of deals that we have and our cost structure, most commercial agents, right, new agents will make it, will have a better chance in our company versus everything else. So this is a big one, you know, that I'll share kind of with the profile, but also the big one, the healthcare. This is huge. This is probably one of my biggest one is telling all our commercial agents that do not have it under their spouse. I just say, hey, why don't you go run what you're paying for your own health care, how much you can save with us. Most of the people that ran it, they couldn't beat it. They actually left to come with us because all things being equal, they said, wow, I'm saving 1,000 or more for an individual or family. Just say, run it. If you're not covered by your spouse, run this number, see what you're paying. And it actually, I always called it the price of admission, where it does cover their 20,000 pretty much. So you, from your healthcare, what you need, and we have great healthcare, you're done. So tell them to run it. Just, hey, what the hoot, you know? Run the numbers if you're paying. See what happens. And trust me, they call you pretty damn quick once they see how much they save. This is the last thing I bring up. Equity, rev share. Why? Commercial agents want a great platform. Usually the commercial agents that come over are good. They want to make sure if they come over, we have all the tools, the network, the training, the collaboration, that if they come over to commercial, they're going to be in a place that they don't lose business. They're all producers. They just want to make sure that they're at a company that they can continue doing their business. And by the way, how many people did you train during your time? How many people did you bring to come over your company? Because we love to work with each other. We do say, hey, you know what? I'm at this company or that company. Why don't you come over? Many of my friends at the big firms, they trained now 2/3 or 1/2 of the office after, say, 17, 20 years. half the office. I said, what do you get? A plaque and or a higher title, but that's on their production, right? That's not on the agents that they trained, their juniors that became seniors, that trained other people. I said, you know what? What the heck? Let's run some numbers. You would have been retired at eXp. For all the seniors you trained and the seniors that trained juniors, they became seniors that trained more juniors, you would be retired. That makes them think, because they do complain. I trained the entire office, right? How many times did you talk to good commercial senior agents and they said, we trained the entire office? Well, what are you getting? What are you getting? I said, let's do it smarter, not harder. We like to train, we like to give. eXp, water's warm, come on board. You know, with the revenue share, like I said, with commercial agents, you just make more money. Most of our commercial agents cap within the first or second deal. For those that have commercial people on their line, you love it, don't you? Because they produce pretty much all the time. And you get off of the 20,000, not the 16 or half or quarter. You get the full 20. We don't have discounts in commercial, and they're happy to pay it, as long as we keep the tools and the service up for the commercial agents. But commercial agents, those numbers, you're getting off the 20,000, so much nicer. Workplace, we already know. Upcoming events, keep an eye on our calendars. This is the secret. I'm going to share you some codes. You're going to use LinkedIn. All of our events will be on LinkedIn, live and virtual. What you need to do is have a LinkedIn account and start sharing. Just share our events. They're either going to accept it or not, right? Share our events, all the events that we have, and we're going to be putting more and more events, from agent-led events to our corporate events to the trade events with CCIM, SIOR, ICSC, all of the ones, we're at all of them now, and even some of the regional ones. Share, because we will close them for you, get them interested, and they're going to call you, or you should follow up, right? That now you can say, hey, you know what? Tell me more. I went to that meeting you told me to go to. Tell me more. This is our commercial symposium that we're having up. We're having KC speak again. This is a secret now. Kevin Harrington, the original shark, is going to join our company. That's another one. Yeah, that's another one. So in business op, that is a big thing. He doesn't have his license, but he's getting it just to join us and to get rev share. But Gerard and other people part of our company, right, they're like, we'll hold it for you. We'll take it or give you a 90-day LOI, right? Because now, you know, so many other large commercial real estate players in the industry, just like Realty, are coming over. A lot of athletes that have massive teams, you're going to see this month coming over to eXp Commercial. So it's a lot of exciting things. Here's the secret. All right, everyone, let's scan. You're going to have your LinkedIn account open too, but scan it, register, share. And I will, well, actually, I'll share the deck with however I can get it to this close group, because I want to give you a competitive advantage instead of jumping in the pool or having a beer. So make sure that, does everyone have it, or at least take a picture so you have these the QR code. Okay? This is our virtual events, right? So this time, Casey Conway speaking. You're going to have ESG, virtual work, technology. I mean, we're literally putting on an event that's not an eXp story. It's what does the commercial agents want to hear, right? Digital, decentralized land, virtual real estate. I mean, literally, we're hearing what the commercial agent wants to hear. maybe their firm is not putting it on the way we are putting it on. We're giving and helping people come into our metaverse, which is, sometimes fun for new agents or people that have never been in the metaverse. So that attracts them, but with this content, right? It's always about providing good content and benefit for the commercial agents. We are putting it on, not an eXp show, but the benefits within the eXp platform of our events. So this is the sales and attraction. We know if you build a CRM, you're going to get 30%. I believe it's a lot higher if you do have a CRM. So hopefully everyone does have some type of CRM to manage and follow up. These are our kind of the flow that we work in eXp commercial to grab. So we know it's not just inviting, you got to do a little follow-up. You need to follow them down the path. And I would just not even say closer one, because what you do is if you don't get them the first time, it's really not now. Just drip on them the right way, be polite. It's just the timing is when the timing, and I know, which, Tracy, remember, we met 4 years ago with Tom, and I was always just open-minded, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to go listen. I'm going to hear. Believe it or not, I was going to take your guys' idea and bring it back to the old company I had to turn it into a holding company. So I was doing some reverse engineering on you guys. So I'm glad I came over, but I was learning. You're always learning from your competition. That's one thing I always tell those commercial brokers that are not open-minded is, don't you want to know what your competition's doing? Why don't you hear? I'm going to share what we're doing and seeing so you can compete against it. So it is important to share and to find out. This is who you want to go after. Having, I would say, 30 to 40 calls a week is this. Existing teams, independents that have broke off 10 people and under. 10 people and under means they don't have economies of scale. They're limited in a geographic location, right? They're not even in a franchise network. Usually what binds them together is a centralized CRM database. That's all it is. They came from the big companies. They're sharing a centralized database, which they can bring over to eXp. And the big thing is, too, their ego, it has to be powered by, right? They love that with these independent firms. But because they're 10 and under, they don't have economies of scale. They're limited to a geographic region. And that's why it makes more sense for them when they are looking at the eXp model to come over. But usually 10 and under because they just don't have scale. The other is the middle class of commercial agents. CB, JLL, any company that's 50-50, they get no love. You could produce 250 plus or minus. You're still paying 50-50. That's it. You just pay the same amount. And every year it just kind of recycles. And I heard the market is actually moving 5%. I know CBRE went 65, 55 to the company, or 45 to the agent because they had to make numbers work. So that's what commercial does. I heard some of the other firms are doing it because they're losing a lot of agents to us and others are going independent. But the middle class of commercial agents is usually $250,000 to $500,000 GCI. They get no love. The entrepreneurs, which is the best of the resi-commercial, we've taken a lot from the residential companies and their best because they just wanted a cheaper platform that they can plug in. And also, those people that want that option, they have other companies. They have property management companies. They have syndication companies. They have other companies. So the entrepreneur is perfect. And especially since we're looking at property management, another tip and secret, go after CPMs. Certified property managers. Why? Certified property managers, they own their property management. They always want to partner to get more referrals, which we're going to try to do an asset management overlay to help our commercial agents. But the local property management, and why asset management? We don't want to take the liability, but we want to help our agents maintain control. And with these property management, they will plug in because they want to be part of a larger system. Usually they all have their license. They have no brokerage company, or they may have bought a franchise company or independent company. That's a secret now. Go after CPMs. Get involved in IREM, Institute of Real Estate Management, right? They're the property managers. They're kind of the next tier down because property management is not sexy for those that have property management companies. Rookies, this is the other one. They don't always produce right away, but we have the highest chance to attract to come over to eXp Commercial because of our value prop and the deal flow. Rookies, new agents, younger agents, because of our higher level of success, this is the best place for them to be. And when they say, oh, I need to be at these big firms, well, what's the chances of 50-50, 50-50, and fees to survive? And many, what is it? It's not the company. We have the same tools as those big companies. It's the mentors. Well, we're taking all their mentors. We're taking all the seniors. So you will get the same senior as you would have with all those big firms, but they're with us now. So these new agents, granted, it takes time to mentor them, to get them up to speed, but once they are, they're going to do pretty well. And there's a high chance. I think we showed that within a lot of our cohorts, we had about a third do their deal within 6 months. A third had some type of momentum and traction doing commercial real estate, working with their senior broker or their mentors. This is the other part of just following the deal flow. LinkedIn, I can't say it enough, you got to be on LinkedIn, and this is what I want everyone to do. This is the same code. Now I'm going to walk you through of what you need to do for our symposium and our other events, but this is for our symposium, before anyone else does it. Same thing. So if you have your LinkedIn, enter your email, log in, register, invite yourself. Click intend. So invite yourself to be on it. Next, there's filters on the top. Choose the people you want to go after. And there's, I think, 500 limit per week, or maybe, yeah, per week, depending on what access premium, you pay extra for LinkedIn. Go there, attract. And this is the great thing. Some of them are not going to be true commercial practitioners, but because of the value prop of what we're doing at commercial, you may get residential brokers that do commercial, and they want to do both. So don't feel that you can't invite residential, because commercial, they're always like, oh, I love commercial. I'd love to learn commercial. But since we're one big company, you can do both, right, in realty. But now you have the commercial strength of these big brokers helping, sharing referrals, sharing off-market leads, working on a lot of things that we're doing. So make sure at the top, there are the filters. You can break it geographically, you can break it during industry specialty, but make sure you go in, you choose what criteria you want, and make sure you invite them. I think you have 500. So this is the greatest thing, and hopefully we don't overlap too much. When it comes from an invite, somebody will say accept. When I did this event once, when we were doing this, and I have a pretty big LinkedIn, I had 430 people accept. That's 430 leads to follow up at one of my training events. 430. Do you not think you can't get one FLQ or one FLQA? This is how you do it. Get on LinkedIn, use our events, promote it. And I'll tell you this, and I was telling a lot of other people, we are like eXp in the beginning, where it's just new. Granted, we're built on success because eXp Realty did the hard work for us. Our stock and everything else that things have going. So with commercial, they just wanted to see, is it sustainable? Are we going to make it? Are we resi-mercial? Are we commercial? That was year one. We're past year one. So hopefully we help success also, right? Because it does take time to build the momentum. Year one is always hard, but we got through year one. Now we have a track record. We have the big M, right? Momentum. And I'll tell you, in commercial, we're not letting off. We're not letting off whatsoever. We're going the distance. We're going to go hard. Actually, this encouraged me, and everyone just listening encourages me and the team to go even harder, work even more for you, because this is what's exciting. Make sure on LinkedIn for this event, this is our symposium, but now that you have our calendar, follow up and invite. Keep inviting to all of our events. I know we had an event in Dallas. I know, Tom, you were speaking there, and some other commercial leaders. I know we are going to have another one in Tampa with our commercial DMB, Brittany, with Tommy Thompson, with a bunch within Florida. Look at the calendar, invite yourself, share. Because we're going to have more agent-run events and other events. So this is the secret tip that you should, and give me feedback, at least one. And when you see they registered, then this is the thing, because you probably all know some of the same people. When they registered through you or whoever, because they will register with the name usually they know, so it's not spam, follow up. Follow up with somebody who says, hey, I accepted your invite to come to our symposium or to the live event. Follow up. Because then, if they ask the buy questions, and hopefully people here understand the buy questions, let us close them for you. And even if we don't close them right away, we don't burn bridges, eventually we will get them for you, right? As we all know, just like in realty, they're all coming over. In commercial, it's the same thing. They're all coming over. There is nothing better than this. Actually, the thing that they tell us, probably what you guys all dealt with in realty, I don't believe it, right? That's what they said. I don't believe it. Commercials even saying that. They said it's so obvious. What's the trick? What's the angle? That's what commercial agents are telling. But as we get more and more commercial agents, the big ones, they call their friends and say, is this real? Are you making it? Are you getting some stock? Yeah, I'm getting it. That's what sells them, because they will call their friends. But you need to follow up, because what's going to happen too, all the big commercial agents that come over, they're going to call their friends first. You may have shared, so if you don't stay on top and leverage, right, leverage the contacts within eXp Commercial, which we're going to give a database so make sure you're using the best NAI, SVN, Colliers, CBRE, teammate, because you don't want them to call their old, co-workers or old bosses, and some of their bosses are coming over with us too. Some of the managing directors and owners of those offices are coming over with us. You don't want them to call them and say, they took my person, right? You need to stay on top of them. I'm just telling you, I've seen it already, that they will call, and they heard certain big commercial brokers are over with us. Make sure you leverage us, or at least call me. If you call me, I'll protect you, right? I'll be like, hey, so-and-so called already, because they usually will call me too and say, what should I do? So leverage it that it's your point of contact, you introduce. I will tell other commercial brokers, hey, you know what, so-and-so called me already, it's their lead, right? Let's all play nice in the sandbox. Let's all work as one company. And I will protect you as long as I know. If I don't know, it's hard for me, right, to understand what everyone's doing. But if you let me know, I will help you. Follow up. And now I want to give you, so the future, what we're building, as I said, we want to be called full service in America, in the US. Asset facility management, capital markets. Not easy to build, but we have a lot of people coming out from New York, Dallas, Century City, Toronto, other international that want to work with us on the capital market side. Asset facility management, we're talking to IREM, CPMs, residential portfolio managements, all of that. We're all close friends with different presidents and the CEOs, so we are building these relationships. So if the market does turn, who wouldn't like to get a bunch of REOs and our company to be like Colony Capital, right? And just like Tom Barrack, right? And just buy a bunch of stuff, doing it the right way, not overbuying and watching it, but buying it the right way. And we do know how to do it. Many of us have been in through a couple cycles, so we know how the other side of the coin can be flipped and how we can still create advantage for our company. We are hopefully international expansion, Canada, Mexico. I already have massive groups, billion-dollar groups wanting to switch over. Pretty big. We're going to shake it, yeah. Billion-dollar groups already. Constantly creating data so we can send referrals to our agents. We are promoting our commercial brokers with all awards. So if anyone knows any local awards for commercial agents, everything, please let us know. We want to help promote those within our family, make it easy, just like what I'm doing here for everyone. I want to make it easy for you. I want to make it easy for our commercial agents so they don't have to spend the time finding these awards. We want to help them get the awards because that helps our company. If we promote all of our presidents, or those are our chapter presidents of different trade groups, different awards that you're winning for being a top producer, top team, but also we want to show the impact of eXp is not just all about money. We want to give back. We want to help out. We want to do good, right, for all communities. It's very important. So it's not just a money-driven machine. It's a giving back machine, right? We're going to make more money. We're going to give back more. And then really just getting people to come to our in-person and the metaverse, the world events, FAQs. Everything you want for commercial, right here. All the links, all the information is right here. We are going to turn this into a handbook before Q1 is done. We are going to teach growth, history of eXp commercial, operations, marketing, flow charts, everything you want to know about commercial and how to do it. We're going to put it into a playbook for everyone. So our alphas, our icons, our leaders are all going to understand commercial well. We're going to have training modules that we're going to teach people. So literally everyone with our company will know commercial, know it well, know how to use it, know how to leverage it. We're going to make it easy. We're going to put it all into a playbook and a handbook for everyone so they can look at. But right now, while we're building it, this is where it is. These are all the links that we're going to insert into a kind of a flip book so everyone has current information and not saying, I thought we had CoStar. That was fourth quarter 2020, guys. We're 1 year through, right? And there's a lot of others. So with this new playbook with the links, things are going to get updated and adjusted so it will always be current. So everyone with our company, right, being in the same page, not being in a silo. Because being in a silo is not good. We're not leveraging our relationships. We're not leveraging all the strength within our company. Here's the deck. Take it, don't share it with everyone unless you want to bring it back for your team. But this is the secret that's why I said everyone here, if you signed up and you invited, because you'll probably know the same person, they're going to get invited. So if you invited them first to our event, they will accept yours first before the other people, right? They're saying already invited. Because when you try to put them on LinkedIn, it will say already invited, and they accept it. So this presentation, maybe you digest it for a little bit, wait, give it to them, whatever. I know we want to work together, but I want to give everyone a competitive advantage here that took the time, to listen to an hour presentation on eXp commercial. But I hope, please share with me if this worked. Share with me, good, bad, the others. I always want to make our company better. Whatever I can do to help, I'm here to help. I'm here to be on calls. Our team is standing behind everyone here so they could attract in every group a commercial agent and build your commercial rev share. So again, thank you so much for taking this time and opportunity to serve you at eXp Commercial. Thank you.